Shan and Tam fam, welcome to the Real Talk podcast. On this podcast, we talk about real issues. We talk about parenting, love, family, friendships, and everything in between.
It is our hope that you will journey with us through some critical conversations. We would like for you to drop us a comment, to share the conversation, and to let us know what you would like to see us talk about on Real Talk.
Welcome back, Shan and Tam fam. We have another exciting episode today for you on Real Talk with Shan and Tam. We thank you for the support, for all the comments you've been giving us, and we hope that today's conversation is going to be another thought-provoking one for you. New year, new things, new ideas, right? I think it's a great time for us to explore, always growing and changing, right? And so today we have a very special guest. We have Olivery Levy. I call him Coach because he is a coach in so many facets of his life, right? And so we have Olivery Levy. He is a parenting coach. He's a speaker, a mentor, just an all-round, very interesting gentleman. He's an entrepreneur. There's so much that can be said about him, but I know Coach Ollie through my son's basketball team, and I'm telling you that it has been an amazing experience just getting to know Coach in his professional capacity and just as an all-round wonderful person. So today we're welcoming Coach Oliver to the conversation on Real Talk, and we're going to be talking about a concept that he introduced to us through one of his Instagram lives recently, and we thought we'd want to share it with our audience. The 3 C's. We're talking today about the 3 C's. So, Coach Ali, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. And by the way, just so you know, I do relationship coaching as well. Just so you know.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man of many hats. Love it.
I'm telling you. And I know that like Coach Oliver has helped me personally in my own parenting journey since I've met him. And when
you've said this.
Yeah, when I jump on his lives, his Instagram lives that he has every Monday morning, Mindful Mondays.
Right.
And what time is that on Monday? I think it's early in the mornings, right?
8:30.
8:30.
Yes, because I believe I was driving and I caught that and I was like, no, we have to talk about this.
Yes.
But yes.
And his Instagram is Mindful Parenting Toolkit. At Mindful Parenting Toolkit. So go follow Coach Oliver, and I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. So we want to jump right into it. Coach, tell us what is the 3 C's concept? Let's start talking.
Well, the 3 C's concept, it's catch, cancel, correct. So let me just kind of break it down how the 3 C concept works and why is it so important, especially in today's society. Talking about real talk, right? We as human beings, we have a lot of different thoughts, okay? And I believe the research is 82% of the time, we tend to be thinking negative things. So it's called thought stacking. So you're stacking up your thought process. You're stacking up your thoughts. You're stacking your thought. Which directions are you stacking your thoughts? Is it the positive directions or the negative directions? So the reason why this 3 C's catch, cancel, correct is so effective because, we're human beings, right? A lot of times we might end up just thinking one thing and then with one thought lead to the other negative, the other negative, the other negative. And in 5 seconds, into this thought stacking negative direction. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but when you have one negative thought, it takes 5 to 7 times more positive thought to equal that negative thought.
Wow.
Just to equal that. We're not up or down yet.
Right.
Just 5 to 7 times more.
Wow,
Right.
just to equal that one negative thought.
Right. This is the reason why, the big thing now is to think positive and always stay positive, because people, life gets in the way. It depends on your circumstances.
Yeah.
So what happened now, the 3 C's is so important, because you must be able to catch those thought stacking or those thinking process.
The negative thoughts, yes.
Right. And then you cancel it. The way you cancel it, which is correcting it, is to repeat the opposite at least 7 times.
Wow. Okay.
And then that's how you correct it.
Okay.
Because as us here as entrepreneurs, or just whatever you're into, but more importantly, as business people and entrepreneurs, this is so important. Because say you're about to go on a podcast, all right? I'm not sure if you got kids, but I know Tom has kids.
Yes.
And in 5 minutes before you go on to this podcast, something happened between you and your child. And then it just kind of just take you for a loop.
Why, coach? And a natural thing that will happen all the time.
Of course. Exactly.
Not just in podcasts, but work, ministry.
Right.
Just before something kick off with the picnic, them, and you're like,
exactly.
give me grace.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you should be able to have these tools right at your fingertips.
Right.
Or your tip of the tongue. So you can switch that, because guess what? Of course, you're going to do your podcast and you probably do a good job. But do you want to do a good job, or you want to hit it at the ballpark?
That is so true.
Right place of mind. Do you want to be present, or you just want to just kind of wing this?
Yes. And it's interesting you said that, because I'm listening to you and I'm reflecting on something I was speaking to somebody about a few weeks ago, a therapist, when she was saying that your thoughts control your emotions, and your emotions eventually control your actions.
Yes.
Right?
Ooh,
and she was
goosebumps.
listening to me. And she was saying, you can't control other people's reaction. You can't control what other people do, but you can control yourself. Because once you think it, you feel it, you act out on it. And for myself, I know I'm very emotional, right? So when they talk about the thought stacking, I think I have undiagnosed ADHD, because sometimes I think about 50 million things at a time. 50 million. Right? So when I think it, I feel it, and I act out on it. So I like what you said in terms of, once you catch the negative thought, 7 positive thoughts to really turn that around. And when you even look at self-esteem and self-image, I was in the similar way, because everybody's focusing on their mental health in this season. I was speaking to her even about filling your own love tank as an individual. And she's like, you need to speak into your own self as well too, right? You will have people that might tell you you can't do it, but then who are you, Shanique? I am special. I am a good mother. I am a good writer. So I have found that even now during the days, me I talk to myself, me I pick up myself, because at the end of the day, you can't wait on somebody to do that. You have to speak life into yourself. So I like that what you say. You catch it 7 times, which the perfection number of 7. And you change that and you correct it. So that is something I'm even going to talk to my son about, in terms of when he starts getting that negative self-talk, to catch the negative thought, and 7 things positive to turn that around. I love it.
That's right. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. That's and the reason why that's so important, and you touched on something, I don't remember what you said, but it kind of allowed me to say what I'm about to say, is the fact that we all know the subconsciousness works, right?
Yes.
Subconscious minds. So what we're doing with the catch, cancel, correct, you're stopping that from hitting the subconsciousness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like you said, you talk about thoughts lead to actions, right?
Your
Right.
emotions, and then you act out on it.
Correct. So
Mm-hmm.
anything goes in the subconsciousness comes out in physical form.
Yeah.
Yes.
Body
Yeah.
language, expression, your verbal,
Yes.
all these
That is
things.
so true.
Yeah.
So and it's beautiful, especially when you have kids. It's beautiful
Mm-hmm.
because I've started teaching my kids. That's why you watch people body language more than what they say.
Yes.
Because and the thing is too, people's not gonna say things that they have been thinking about the last 2 hours, 2 months, 3 months, or 2 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work that way. So if somebody
Mm-hmm.
just blurt out something out, it's been a thoughts in their mind for a while. It comes out in physical process.
Mm.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
have to catch these negativity. It's so important, especially
Mm.
when we're busy. There's always going to be some negative stuff seeped in anyways, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
why
Yes.
why allow more to come in, which we can use these tools
Mm-hmm.
to catch,
Mm-hmm.
cancel, and just correct it.
Yeah.
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 And there is something you said about the body language, which
Mm.
I know that it's only since actually interacting with coach through, it's not even it really wasn't intended for us as the parents. To some degree it was, but looking at the children playing just with my son's basketball team. And the coaches had brought to our attention that body language, like that's one of the things that even the recruiters look at. And it's not just the body language of the players, but even the body language of the parents sitting on the
Mm.
sidelines, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How important that is, like in giving them just an sort of an idea as to who this person might be. And it's interesting to me that you said, Coach, that when somebody speaks something, like something comes out, it is an accumulation of the thoughts over such a long period of time. Like
Correct.
that just was like a light bulb that went off for me when you said that.
That's correct.
And I
That's correct.
don't think we pay enough attention to body language.
Yeah. Body language is huge.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much into basketball, but my girls' team, one of the
Mhm,
number one rule, I think you guys are going to find this funny, or the audience is going to find this funny. One of our rule is if these girls just look over to their parents, they're
mhm,
sitting down. They're sitting
mhm.
down. Yeah,
Wow.
because that body language is like, am I doing all right? Or maybe some parents do like sign
Yeah,
language and
Different
yeah,
talk to the
things.
child,
Yeah.
right.
or looking for confirmation. Am I doing a good job? You shouldn't be, because
Mm.
then you're not present.
You get distracted.
Right, right. So the body
Mm-hmm.
language is so important, and recruiters are looking for these as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I love
People
the
actually on TV.
overall idea of the catch, cancel, correct, because I know it's almost as if it's deja vu for me now, because I realize that this is something that I know Shanique and I as friends, we try to impress on each other. Not having known that this was a concept, I don't think, because I can
Mm-hmm.
recall, and I tell people this all the time about the fact that when I met Shanique, even though we were both in leadership positions in ministry in the church, like I would always say to people, and I'm not a public speaker, and they're like, "What? But you do so well, like if you have to get up there."
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I would always say, I don't do well at public speaking. And it was Shanique who drew my attention to it. She's like, you need to stop saying that.
I was
Because,
Mm-hmm.
just about to say that.
yeah, because the mere fact that you say that, you're telling yourself that this
That
is
you
something
can't.
that you cannot do. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to
Mm-hmm.
stop. And it really did. When you talk about taking 7 times to even balance that out and not just to turn it around,
Mm-hmm.
I've lived it. Because
Mm-hmm.
every time I would think about saying that, I would have to stop myself, consciously stop myself to say, it is something that you can do,
Right.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes.
right?
Yeah, because you
A
get
matter of
so
fact,
used sometimes to talking down to yourself,
Yes,
right? Or to minimizing your value or your
right.
worth, right? We get so used to it. So it's like it's a norm to say, you know what, me can't do that.
I
Me
can't do it.
can't
Yeah,
talk, right? But what
yes,
you can do anything you set your mind to.
absolutely.
the mind. Key word,
Mm-hmm.
you set your mind to them. Words
Mm-hmm.
are powerful. So instead of saying, I'm not sure what you said to yourself, but you can turn that into when you canceling it and
Hmm.
you're correcting it, you turn that saying into affirmation.
Right.
So instead of saying, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
good at public speaking, you say, I'm the best at public speaking. You're not
Right.
lying to yourself. You're just setting yourself up for later
Yes,
on because
Yeah.
you're speaking to the public right now. I'm a public. You're
all
speaking
the
to
Exactly.
time.
people in the
And we're on so
congregation,
many platforms.
And
100%.
that's the thing.
Right?
And that's the thing because I would sort of look at that idea of it being something else when in fact I was already doing it. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
correct.
yeah. So I love that idea of this of catching yourself in that negative
Mm-hmm.
space, stopping it and turning it around
Turn it
because
around
Right.
yeah.
quickly.
That's right. That's right.
And
I'm
now
gonna,
my
yeah,
focus is not to it cut you. My focus is I can do better. I want to get
Mm,
better at public
that's
speaking.
right. That's right. Right.
Yeah.
You keep saying that. Keep
Yeah.
saying that. Keep saying that. Um, just on the same topic of catch, cancel, correct, I'm going
mm-hmm.
to introduce to you guys a whole concept of it takes you or it should take you or the goal is it should take you 45 seconds to change the state of mind.
Mm.
It should take you 45 seconds to change your state of mind. And I taught my kids this very early, I think 5 or 6 years old. Obviously, something that they keep working on to a
Right.
point where now they're getting better. It's probably up to probably 2 minutes now. Because you're frustrated and you're mad. Now, whatever
Yeah.
the case is, there's a process from my mentor, Bert Oliver.
Mm.
There's different things that right now, for example, tomorrow, what's your favorite? What's music you listen to right now will change. What's your favorite music that you can
Gospel.
just rock anytime? Like
Gospel.
there's a particular one. There's a particular one. Whatever that
Um,
one is,
yeah,
right? I
right.
Mm-hmm.
want you. This is what I want you to do. And Shanika, you pick your favorite song as well.
Absolutely.
Whenever you're in a really tough state of mind, play it,
Mm.
Mm,
play it.
yeah.
And so the whole idea behind this is it's sort of if you're good, if you like dancing, you dance 45
Right.
seconds, your state of mind switch. For me is music. It could be music, it could be exercise, and it could
Hmm.
be anywhere you are. You don't have to go to a gym. You could just flex your arm like this, or you do or keep
Mm-hmm.
breathing, whatever the case is that you find comfortable, or something that just most people is music or something just like dance or
Something
Right.
physical.
a famous saying that you
Okay.
heard.
Mm.
Repeat that to yourself. You
Right.
change your state of mind. And here's why this is so important. Same concept of catch, cancel, correct. Because we're in the business of dealing with people.
Mm.
Hmm.
And our energy is affected.
Oh, wow.
Our
Yes.
energy is a thing. No matter
Mm-hmm.
who you are, who you're talking to, they can feel the energy. They
Yes.
may
Mm.
not tell you, they're not going to tell you,
But
they're
they're
going to feel
feeling
the
it.
energy.
That's
And
true.
you need to show up at your best self every single time.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many times I'm coming in late, like on a Sunday night and the Monday morning is 8:30.
Hmm.
Um, and
Your life.
Earl and I'll miss the call. I'm making my tea at 8:28. Jump on here, and things is happening outside. My kids are getting organized just before
Yes.
that to go to school
Right.
and all that stuff. A lot of things are happening. That I can't allow that to happen because how am I going to
Mm.
show up here?
Right.
Yeah.
This
But
is where
how
I
do
say
you
it right
separate
here.
that though, coach? How do
I'm
you
sorry.
separate that? How do you separate that? Especially in times of high stress or high conflict. How
Mhm.
do you show up?
Good
because that's life,
question.
right?
Yeah.
That's life. People will be
Right.
going through stuff like relational stuff, family stuff, things with
Yeah.
the children, things with the spouse. How do you separate and just show up, as you said, with your energy? Because people can feed off your energy. How do you
Yes.
do that?
Yeah, good question. So it's consistency. For example,
Mm,
all around my house, I have my affirmations.
Right.
mm,
And there's something called power words. Power
yes,
words for me is family. Once I, because it's all around. It's like those sticky notes,
Right.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
all around. My
Right.
wife thought I was going crazy, right? Just all around. Because the word family to me is a
Mm,
trigger word to just stay here.
Right.
mm,
Stay here. This is for my family, my family, my family. At my computer desk right here, it says family,
Right.
family, family. And if I'm not looking at the power word, I'm seeing my affirmations because we're creatures of habits.
Yes.
So
mm.
guess what? If we don't see those, we need what's my mental
Visual
word?
sort of
Yes,
stimulation.
Right,
stimulus,
right.
Yeah.
yes,
To
yes.
break those habits
Right.
because
Mm,
we're living life. I get up like we're living life. Anything can
mhm,
happen. My daughter can say, I'm not going to school today. Right?
Yeah.
Like
mhm,
anything can happen. So, and it
mhm,
happens. My daughter said, I'm
mm,
not going to school today. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything
mhm.
to me. I'm like, okay, thank you. See you later on.
Yes,
See you lunchtime.
Right.
Later on, I talked to her about that.
yes.
Yes.
But I can't get caught up into that. What do you mean I go to school today? In this family, you must go to school. I could have get caught up into all that. And then guess
And that
what?
will throw you off.
Totally
Uh,
throws you off.
Right. But the consistency part of it, 2, 3, 4 years ago now, it's
Mhm.
easy for me now. But for new
Mm,
starters, and to your question, 3, 4 years ago, it wasn't.
Mhm.
3, 4 years ago, I was getting better. I
Right.
keep
mm,
on canceling that. I say, okay, I'm getting better at this. I'm getting
Right.
better at this. I'm getting better at this. Because everywhere I look, I see either my affirmations or my power
Your
word.
power word.
My
Right.
power word, my power word. I open the fridge, I see my power word. And over 3 years, it was less than that, but probably about
mhm.
8 to 9 months or so, I start getting the flow of things where people think that, oh my gosh, you must be drinking something in your cup all the time.
I want some of what you're
I
drinking.
know.
Right?
Something that's keeping you.
People, yes.
Yes.
And right now, as we speak, because people see me, I coach, I'm always out, even today, like I'm always out and people see me, I'm always here.
Yes.
And
Mm.
when in the gym, someone says, how's your day today? Amazing. And I
I
say,
know.
unbelievable.
I
They're
love
like, what
that.
do you mean? I said, you know what I said to the coaches? I said, the moment I woke up this morning, my wife was alive,
Yeah, I made it.
the kids are alive, everything else
Yes.
is gravy. Why are we not
Yeah.
so grateful? They look at me like, I wish I would have some these mindset. I said,
I
you
know.
have
I
it.
wish I have your
Listen,
mindset.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
said
people
you
probably
have it. You just have
thinking.
to be practicing it.
Yes,
and Shan, no word of a lie, I'm telling you, it
that's
is,
how you are.
he's speaking the absolute truth, people.
Wow.
Sam,
Wow.
because I'm telling you, I have never walked away from a conversation with Coach and felt like, oh, that was a waste of my time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have some conversations with people. When I
Yes.
tell you that
It always
with
fill you up.
every conversation I've ever had, even when it was about tough things, I've walked
Mm,
Mm.
away energized,
mm.
like in that mindset to say that, all right, this is what needs to happen next. So,
I really
And that's good.
appreciate
That's a
that.
good
yeah.
positive attitude to have,
Yeah, and
right?
you know why I
Because,
appreciate that, Shanique?
mhm.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you
No,
off. You
no,
know
go
why I
ahead.
appreciate that? Because in the environment that Tamara sees me or met me, it's not an easy environment.
It's not,
It's
yeah,
not an easy environment. You have
Mm,
parents coming at you, you
yeah,
have your own mindset in the right time how to deal with things. Kids are
mm-hmm.
coming at you, kids are not doing well. Like there's so many different things happening all in that.
yeah.
And a lot of times seeing that, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times I look away. I sit down, I might take a quick seat. These are just to center myself,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
to stay in the moment. So when I'm up talking to parents, I'm already here instead of getting caught up all the time. Yeah,
Right.
Yes.
so it's just a practice thing. And believe it
Mm-hmm.
or not, it's a neural pathways, right? It becomes natural later
Mm-hmm.
on. It really does. It comes
I
natural.
really like that. I like the stacking of the thoughts that you spoke about and really just being in a positive mindset,
Yeah.
even when things is happening around you. And it's something that even Tam and I was talking about a few days ago when we sat to plan for the new year and stuff, and we spoke about things always happening. There's gonna always be things that's happening, but
Right.
we have to push through no matter what,
We have to show
right?
up.
We have to show up,
Yes.
right? We have to show up no matter what, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be something that's happening, right? But how do you show up? Because you don't want at the end of this life or whatever, you are living with regrets because you did not do.
Right.
Right.
All right.
Right. I know I'm going off here, but the deep root of just to your questions, how do you stay consistent or you show up all the time? You know the deep root of it. What was the book called? Oh man, Deepak Chopra. I don't remember the book, but he talks about we have to let go of egos. Egos, like it's our egos because we hold on to things.
Yep.
Hold
And
on to things.
coach, and the ego thing, when you hold on to thing, it make you heavy. It makes you unhappy.
It does.
Yeah.
Let it go. Free up yourself, as what them would have said. Free up yourself,
Yes.
right? Real talk.
Yeah.
Free up yourself,
Real talk.
right? Ego is a big thing, and I think everybody at some point struggle with that. But you have to free up yourself.
And when you free up yourself, it's easier now to do the things or to maintain a level of enthusiasm, a level of whatever you want. It makes it easier.
I love it.
Yeah.
Coach, I could talk to you
I know.
all day, right? Because there's so many things. I'm gonna definitely jump on to the live tomorrow morning before the people in work start.
We don't know what the topic we don't know what the topic is yet tomorrow morning. Marla's leaning on tomorrow. I'm texting tomorrow. Hey, you have a topic for me? Because you know what I love about any topic? It starts from the mindset.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a mindful Monday mindset, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
And we can spin it into anything. Obviously, we're not expertise into whatever the topic is.
Yes.
But we can just talk about the root or what can influence or how the topic may go based on what it is, right? Just the mindset.
Yeah.
Love it. So, coach, I know you said you're a parenting coach, you're a relationship coach. Please tell the listeners how they can connect with you, right? Because you have a lot of expertise, and myself feel like mega reach out to you for some parenting advice. So we would love for you to tell the listeners where they can connect with you and where you can be found.
Right.
It's very simple. I'm everywhere. So all platform, all social media. It could be Pinterest. It could be YouTube. It could be Twitter. But I'm very, very active on Instagram.
Yes.
On all platforms, you can get me on Mindful Parenting Toolkit.
Okay.
If you type that in, you'll find
all one, no spaces.
Yes, all one word on mindfulparentingtoolkit.com.
Okay.
That's
Love
my
it.
website there. Yes, very simple.
Thank you so much, coach. And listeners, that's it for today. Catch, cancel, correct, right? There are so many points, so many great points. I feel like we have to have coach back on again for a part 2 of this.
Definitely.
We encourage you to check out coach's website, Mindful Parenting, and also to check out our Facebook page at Shan and Tam Lodge Lee, or Instagram page at Sister Shan and Tam, and also our podcast. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Any comments, any thoughts, Real Talk with Shan and Tam. Drop us a comment. Let us know of something that you want us to talk about. We are in 2023, but we are blowing through, right? And we are here. Tam and I are going to definitely take some of these points today that we spoke about in terms of canceling some of the thoughts, catching them and correcting them. Tam, you have anything that you want to wrap up with?
No, just walk good, fam. We will talk to you again soon. We'll be back with another guest with some more interesting topics. Listen out and take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another.
Okay, bye, fam.
Bye.
Don't forget to visit Shan and Tam on all their social media websites. At Sisters Shan and Tam on Instagram, Shan Tam Lodge-Lee on Facebook, and check out their blogs at shanandtam.blogspot.com. Tune in again next time on Real Talk.